Hey guys, I am Dattatray and in this video I am going to show you how you can download and install Ubuntu 20.04 on your VirtualBox in your Windows 10 operating system. So for those of you who don't know what the term VirtualBox is a tool which will enable you to run different operating system virtually on your host operating system. So in this case, my host operating system is Windows 10. If I install VirtualBox on my host operating system, then it will enable me to run different operating systems virtually on my operating system. Now, if you don't know how to install VirtualBox, you just need to search for VirtualBox in your browser, and the first link which will appear here will be from virtualbox.org. So just click on this link, and once this link opens, you just need to click on the downloads button here, and then you will be seeing this kind of interface. Just click on the Windows host option here, and you will see that virtualbox.exe will be downloading here. And once it is downloaded, you just need to install it. So the installation process is really easy. So I'm not going to go through the installation process of VirtualBox. You just need to click some next buttons and VirtualBox will be installed on your Windows operating system. So once you install VirtualBox on your Windows operating system, it is going to look like this, and whenever you open VirtualBox, it's going to open Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. Now we are going to download the ISO file which is required to install Ubuntu on our VirtualBox. So for downloading the ISO file of Ubuntu, we can just search for ISO file of Ubuntu in our browser, and the first link which will appear here will be from ubuntu.com. Most probably you might want to install the LTS version. Okay, so make sure that whenever you install Ubuntu, you install the LTS version. LTS means long-term support version, which will at least run for 2 years. So here you will see the download button. So I'm going to just click on it, and when you click on the download button, the ISO file will be downloaded on your Windows operating system. So this file is around 2.9 GB of size, so it will take some time to download, but I have already downloaded this file on my Windows operating system, so I'm going to just cancel this download. So once you download the ISO file, it's going to look like this. Now we're ready to install Ubuntu on our VirtualBox. So on your VirtualBox, you just need to click on new button here, and once you click on it, you can provide the name of your new machine. So my new machine's name is Ubuntu, so I'm going to just write that here, and I'm also I will also give the version of Ubuntu which is 20.04 here, and straight away VirtualBox is smart enough to provide you the proper option here. Okay, so here you will see the uh, machine folder where all the VirtualBox related files will be downloaded and saved on your Windows operating system. And the type here is Linux because Ubuntu is a Linux based operating system, and the version here is Ubuntu 64-bit because we have downloaded the 64-bit ISO file. Okay, if you want to choose any other operating system, the procedure is same. You just need to select the operating system you want to install, and here you can see many choices are given here. Okay, so type is Linux, and the version is Ubuntu 64-bit, and then click on next, and here is the memory size. I generally provide the memory up to the green mark, so up to here, whatever is allowed on my Windows operating system at this point, and then I will click on next here. Just leave everything as default and then click on the create button. Now here hard disk file type, just leave it as a VDI, which is a VirtualBox disk image, and then click on the next. And here also you just need to leave this as dynamically allocated. If you want to learn more about what is dynamically allocated and fixed size, basically dynamically allocated option will allow your Ubuntu operating system to expand the disk size if required, and fixed size is the fixed size in which we cannot expand the disk size. Now click on the next, and on the next window you can choose the file location. This will be the location where your Ubuntu operating system files will be downloaded and installed on your Windows operating system. So if you don't have a good reason to change it, just leave it as default. Also, you can choose the virtual hard disk size from here. By default it's 10 GB selected here, but let's say I would just want to increase it to 100 GB, so I'm going to just move it around 100 GB, and then I'm going to just click on create. Okay, so once you create this machine, you will be able to see this new machine here, which is Ubuntu 20.04. So just select this machine. Don't press on the start button yet. You just need to select this Ubuntu machine which you have created, and then click on the settings option. So in the general settings, you will see some options which we have already chosen at the time of creating this machine, which is Linux, and the version is Ubuntu 64-bit. Now click on the advanced settings, and then in the shared clipboard option, you just need to choose it bidirectional, and then drag and drop also bidirectional. That will allow you to share your files between your host machine, which is Windows in my case, and the Ubuntu machine. So the virtual machine will be open bidirectionally. So you will be able to copy and paste into your Ubuntu from Windows operating system and vice versa. Okay, so in the description, you can give any description here, and in the disk encryption, you just leave it as default. Now I'm going to just go to the system option here, and in the motherboard option, you can leave everything as default. You just need to go to the processor here, and by default VirtualBox will allocate one CPU to your machine. So if you have the option, you can increase it to whichever CPUs you want to use. But for the safer side, I always go up to this green mark here, which is for in my case. Okay, you can increase the CPU size later also. Okay, in the display settings, just leave everything as default, and then move to the storage section here. You need to provide the location of your ISO file wherever you have downloaded your Ubuntu ISO file. So you just need to click on the empty section here under controller, and then choose the CD icon here, CD option here, and then choose a disk file from here. Okay, and then you just need to browse to the location where you have downloaded your Ubuntu ISO file, and then select the ISO file from here, and then click on open. So once you have selected your ISO file using this CD icon, you will see the name of your ISO file here. So once you have done that, you can do other settings from here also, but I will leave everything as default and click on OK. And once you are done all those settings, you are ready to start your window installation. So here I am going to select Ubuntu 20.04 and click on start button here, and you can see the installation of Ubuntu is going to start in a few seconds. You can just close these warning signs here, and now you will see this kind of window here. So on the left hand side, you can choose the language in which you want to install Ubuntu. You can see many languages are given here, but for now I will choose English as my language. And then I will click on install Ubuntu button here. Now in the next window, you will see the keyboard layout. So from here you can choose the keyboard layout, whatever keyboard layout you are using on your laptop or on your keyboard. So in my case, I'm using English US keyboard, so I can just move to the English keyboard option here. So I'm going to just search for the English US keyboard, which is this. You can choose any other keyboard from here. Okay, so I'm going to choose the English US keyboard, and then on the right hand side I will just choose English US as the language here, and then you can also test your keyboard by typing something in this box. So just choose your keyboard language here, and then click on continue button, and here on this window you will see update and other softwares. So I normally just leave it as normal installation option checked, and also I leave this option also checked, which is download updates while installing Ubuntu. I'm going to just check this option also, which is install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware and additional media formats. So just check all the options which I have checked, and then click on continue. And here in the installation type, just leave this option as default, which is erase disk and install Ubuntu. So this is not going to erase anything because you are installing Ubuntu on your VirtualBox. You are not installing Ubuntu on your hardware, right? So don't worry, it's not going to erase any disk or anything from your Windows operating system. Just leave it as erase disk and install Ubuntu, uh, and then click on install now. Now here you will see this warning which says if you continue the changes listed below, we will be written. I will just click on continue option here. Now in the next step you can choose the location which is nearer to your physical location. So I have chosen this location which is nearer to my physical location, and then I'm going to click on continue button, and here you can just give the name of your Ubuntu operating system. For example, I'm going to just write my name Dattatray here as the name, and as the computer name here I can even remove the VirtualBox from the end, because I just want to give the same name as the computer name here. And then you can just provide the password. I am providing a weak password for now, but you might want to provide the stronger password than this. And then you just need to confirm this password, and once you are done with that, you just need to click on the continue button, and now the installation of Ubuntu will start on your VirtualBox. So now as this step you don't need to do anything until Ubuntu is installed on your VirtualBox. So you just need to wait for some time until this installation is finished. So I will also wait for the installation to be finished. After some time you will see this kind of window. It says installation is completed. You need to restart the computer in order to use the new installation. So I am going to just click on the restart now button, uh, and at this point it says please remove the installation medium, then press enter, and now I can see the Ubuntu operating system is starting, and now I can see this login window here. So if you remember, this is the username which I have given to my Ubuntu operating system. So I will just click on this user, and then I will provide the password which I have given at the time of installation. So first of all, you will see this kind of welcome window here. You can click on the skip option here, and also you can just click on the next, and next, and then click on done, and you will be able to see your Ubuntu desktop here, right? So when you just click on this maximize button, now you will see that this desktop is not maximizing. So for that we need to install a tool called VirtualBox Guest Edition. So for installing the VirtualBox Guest Editions, what you need to do is you need to open the terminal. So you can just click on this option and then search for terminal here, and Once the terminal result comes, you just need to click on the terminal option. Now once your terminal opens, you just need to give this command. So this command is sudo apt install build essentials space dkms space linux hyphen headers, and this is your namespace. Okay, so just type this command on the Ubuntu terminal, then press enter and give your Ubuntu's password, and then I will just press yes here or y here, and then press enter. After some time you will see that all the installation steps are finished. So once it's done, you can close your terminal. And now what you can do is go to devices on your VirtualBox and click on insert guest editions CD image here. And once you do that, you will see this kind of window. Then click on run button operating system from here. So click on power off and then start the Ubuntu once again. Now if you observe, when I just drag this window, the when I drag this window and make the size of this window a little bit bigger, the size of Ubuntu desktop also changes, and this is working now. Now I just want to test whether the copy and paste features are working or not. So I just open the Firefox browser in my Ubuntu operating system, and now I'm going to just copy this URL which is on my Windows operating system. So this is the Google's browser on my Windows operating system, and I will just copy this URL and paste it into my Ubuntu operating system. And you can see this copy and paste option is working here, right? So this is how you can install Ubuntu 20.04 on your VirtualBox in Windows 10. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will